Brussels is on the highest alert. At least 30 people dead. More than 200 have been hurt in suicide bomb attacks. 2 explosions at the airport in Brussels, followed by a blast at the Malbec subway station that is in the heart of the city. Air and rail operations were suspended, and the search is on for suspects. CCTV's Kate Parkinson begins our coverage at the airport. Kate?
Absolutely, Mike. It was at the airport just behind me where Belgium's Day of Terror started. 2 explosions ripped through the busy departure hall as people queued to check in for their flights. 1 suspect is still at large. Let's take a look at my report. A massive manhunt is underway as Belgian police hunt for this man. He was caught on an airport closed-circuit security camera this morning, walking beside 2 other suspects. Moments later, 2 bombs exploded. The 3rd failed to detonate. There were scenes of chaos as passengers fled in panic through the dust and debris. Witnesses say it was like a scene from a war.
I just went to the toilet, and then after 5 minutes I heard an explosion and all the ceilings is going down. And then I just go under the sink, and then the second explosion went, and then everything is black. And I see, when I go out, I see a lot of people with blood, and I just run out of the airport. Yeah, and all the building there is it's like a chaos there.
An hour later, another explosion, this time ripping through a metro train in the centre of Brussels. The Islamic State militant group has claimed responsibility for the attacks. Europe has been bracing itself for an attack like this for weeks. As the Belgian Prime Minister put it,
we feared a terrorist attack would happen, and this is what happened.
In the coming days, there will be questions. Mainly, how did security officials fail to prevent this attack from happening? These attacks, it's worth remembering, come just days after authorities here in Belgium arrested Salah Abdel Salam. He was the one surviving fugitive from the Paris terror attacks. He reportedly told investigators this weekend that he had been planning fresh attacks, and there are fears here in Belgium and across Europe that he may have accomplices who are still at large and still pose a threat.
Kate, how about an update on the suspect that you were talking about? Still on the run? Where might he be? Who might he be?
Absolutely, he is still at large. Police released a photo earlier, as you saw in my report, and have appealed to the public for help identifying him. There is some speculation that he could be 25-year-old Belgian citizen Najim Lachhouri. He was named by Belgian authorities on Monday as a suspect bomb maker in the Paris terror attacks. Now, it's difficult to tell because of the grainy footage and the individual is wearing a hat, but certainly there has been speculation that he could have been the 3rd man at the airport, currently now on the run, currently Europe's most wanted fugitive. Certainly there have been a lot of raids here in Brussels today, some of them focusing on the area where he reportedly grew up. Police were led to that area by a taxi driver who said he'd taken 3 suspicious men from that area to the airport this morning, and he said he was particularly suspicious because they didn't let him touch their luggage. Now, the taxi driver took police to the house where he'd collected his passengers, and in that house they found explosives, an Islamic State flag and chemical products.
Kate Parkinson live at the airport that was rocked earlier today. Our coverage in Brussels continues now with Ollie Barrett. He's near the subway station where 20 people lost their lives in one of those explosions during a busy morning commute. Ollie?
Yes, it was the Malbec metro station just behind me at the bottom of this road in the centre of Brussels. The second incident took place. We understand that as a train moved through the platform onto its next destination from Malbec, the explosion took place in the middle carriage of a 3-carriage train. At that point, the driver stopped the train, evacuated the carriages, and it was at that point as well that essentially the entire Brussels transport system began to shut down. People running from the scene to try and escape the explosions. and Brussels metro services, train services simply stopped. Now, as the day went on, actually some train and metro services and stations did begin to reopen, but it did emphasize again what is often the main concern for European commuters in capital cities and major cities across this continent, which is an attack on mass transit transport. As I say, though, some sense of normality will return on Wednesday to the Brussels transport system. Many stations will be reopened for commuters. Many of them, though, will remain shut. And investigations continue behind me at the Maalbeek metro station into exactly what type of explosion this was and who carried it out.
Ollie, give us a scene setter, if you will. Just how far is this metro station from EU headquarters?
Well, the metro station entrance is about 50 meters or so behind me. Directly in front of me, where I am now, is the European Commission, the main centrepiece building of the European bureaucracy here in Brussels. To the right of that is the European Council building, the new European Council building, which is being erected at the cost of many billions of dollars. And next to that is the building in which the European leaders often have their summits. A little bit further off in that direction, a mile or so away, is the European Parliament. So you can see that the Maalbeek metro station is really right at the centre of a triangle, really, of European institutions. We are very close to where European lawmakers go about their business on a daily basis. This is very much the heart of European bureaucracy.
Ollie Barrett live for us there in Brussels. Thank you.